Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. So, let's do a second response, this time for a comment. Why the fuck am I doing response for a comment? Jokes aside, the fact is, I think it would be more... would it be better to do on a video than just to write extensive comment and on response for that. So that's the main reason why I'm responding for a comment on a video, different, for example, from the time than I did from Subversive versus Subversive. Now, let's see the comment in question. The comment is a comment on... Great. A response to everything we know about Ghost Recon Breakpoint. From Mr. San Floyd. First, before anyone starts thinking that I'm, like, attacking the fella, no. The guy really put some very interesting points in the comment. And first, allow me to apologize to the guy, because your comment was held in the review for some reason on YouTube. And I just noticed now when I was about to start uploading another video, so I hold that a little and start on this one. So first things first, apologize for your comment didn't appear when you comment. Now, he puts 3 points under his comment, even though this summary is mostly the same as the first. So, as you're seeing in the comment on the screen, he goes to the opinion that I was extremely drunk. No. But if that's the impression, I should start marketing like that, because let me tell you something. If you look on the analytics of YouTube, if you say that you're extremely drunk, or like you're doing your drunk reaction for anything, you tend to do a little bit better on YouTube. The fact is I don't drink. Second, the point here he's trying to make, I think, is that I'm extremely pissed off because they didn't give information or points for people to be upset about the game. There's 2 points here. He's talking about the video, or he's talking about Ubisoft. I will tackle in both ways. If he's talking about the video, yes, I'm extremely upset that people who are covering the game are not pointing the problems that the game have. For example, in any moment during the entire video, the original video that I'm responding to, we see the mention of the fact that this game will be always online. This is a problem, something that many people are not happy with. For example, during the moment then he mentions the tier loot system, he not mentioned the fact then how this can affect the game in a detrimental way. But again, it's not the obligation of the channel to point that out. I'm just saying because one of the things that make me do the video above is, I don't know, many of you probably, if you were watching this, you already have or maybe watch a video from some guy called 21 Kilotons. I highly recommend you watching his latest video on the Division. And on his video he said that one of the biggest problems that we are having right now is people in the community who are making videos or doing stuff like that are not paying attention much for the negatives of a game or things like that, and they are just becoming chilling to the... they are becoming part of the hype machine. And I will be taking the blame where it belongs. I did that for Ubisoft, and I probably did that for other games on my theories on the channel. Let me see one out of the top of my head. I probably hype a lot of XCOM, but I'm very satisfied from what I got it. I hyped a lot the Phantom Doctrine, even if the game has still some problems. And as the problems came out, I end up pointing the problems out. But if this comment is not talking about the community, but talking about Ubisoft, well, Ubisoft put a lot of points there, making a lot of people upset. If you see, and to that matter, if you go on the comments of the original video, there's a lot of people saying, "No AI, not gonna buy. Tier loot is not deserving of the game." All the comments there people want, like things that people really want to be tackled by the community, by the YouTubers, or not being tackled by the community or the YouTube. If you go on Reddit, there you're going to have a little bit more, but I don't know for how long since, for example, the Division 2 Reddit become a fucking censorship nightmare. Now, if he's talking, if Mr. Sunfloyd is talking about Ubisoft, as I said, the online only thing is already something that all people are very upset. Tier loot is a people have mixed feelings, but is running more towards the negative. No matter how they implement, all the people are talking in a very negative form. You can see the class system is a personal gripe. I don't see anyone complaining about it. The AI is divisive. You see a larger amount of people literally don't caring for it, and you have a reasonable amount of people who are very, very upset. And even from the people who are upset, you have like different grounds. People who are upset simply because how can I put that in an argument? How this will affect your immersion on the game, the storytelling and stuff like that, to how this will affect gameplay points itself. But so if the point is, then I'm simply upset because people aren't making the assumption as I am, then the game is gonna be bad. No, I'm upset because people are not pointing out the problems of the game. And let me say, if we don't point out the problems that we had with the game, we just come out and say that everything is a sea of roses, unicorns, and cotton candy, there will not be reason for they to change. So yes, we need to be a little bit more vocal. Now, on the case of I'm believing or I'm under the assumption the game is gonna be horrible. Horrible? No. Bad? Maybe. On the good side? Meh. And let me explain a little bit further that points to. And I have to say that I'm getting more from the points 2 than I will probably get from the point 3. It is that if this game was called Ghost Recon, no, if this game was called Tom Clancy's Breaking Point, my complaints about class system, AI, tier loot would go completely out of the way. I would not have those complaints. But at this moment, the game is coming from a franchise who are more solidified by a tactical, less RPG franchise, and because of that, I clearly see a problem. So that's the reason why I'm saying this game is going to be bad. 60% of me saying the game is going to be bad, 40% of me say the game is going to be meh at best. If the game was only Breaking Point or Tom Clancy's Breaking Point, I would say, yeah, it's going to be probably an okay game and probably going to buy day one. Because outside, on the normal mechanics, on the mechanics that are being presented outside of the Ghost Recon franchise, yeah, I can see why. I would still question if that's the game, why they are not taking the approach of making this a Splinter Cell game. But even on that point, I would complain then there is loot system and there are RPG and class mechanics on a Splinter Cell game. So there would be another complaint, but would be having a far bit less than what we have now. So to the point, I'm making the assumption, as he's saying, and he's not wrong. Therefore, other people aren't making the immediately assumption, as you are, the game gonna be horrible. The problem is, I want the people I kind of want is a very interesting point to make, but I prefer them people to not only talk about the good the game has, but also the bad things the game has. And as people are pointing out on comments on the videos, on the Reddit, on even tweets, on the Twitter principal account. As you can see, there's even people who are talking how those aspects are not that great. Now, on the third point, he says you don't actually know anything about this game outside what you learned from that video and others. Well, we do know a little bit more because, let me see, outside PC games and Xbox Central, Terramantis, I think Game Boat had said that they was people who were on the event. They put on articles who said their experience with the game. So yeah. Besides that, we do have a lot of the points here. We have other material than we can tackle. And I think if I was to write to the same comment than he is writing, I would not utilize the tier loot statement. I would utilize the health statement because I committed a mistake on the video on the health, and as you can see, I have to correct myself on the video by placing the code from the developer. While on the tier loot, if you go for a track record on Ubisoft games, always happens something like that. If you go for the Assassin's Creed, it did affect gameplay to a point where you have levels, you have gear score, you have damage on your gear. For Far Cry, you have the same thing. Far Cry going on such a ludicrous methodology, then you have the fucking damage piling up. Like, you have the damage numbers. Something that I do believe they are not going to be going that far on Ghost Recon, but yes, we can see. Now he come and say then the tiered loot could easily just be special cosmetic variant or variant with pre-existing attachments equipped, such as in the Wildland special variants. Uh, Cosmetic variants, I don't know, because most of the cosmetic thing they are has always they're going to be selling as microtransactions, has their crate on the Ghost Recon Ghost War mode. And if you look up on the reward system, then they already review for the breaking point. You can see then cosmetic variants of weapons exist. Has, for example, the glitch. If you do the Ghost Recon slash crossover with the Rainbow Six, you get a weapon. And if you do the Ghost Recon Future Soldier, you get a paint job for your weapons. So they are showing the cosmetic being apart from the tier loot because reasons. Now he's saying in summary, you should probably calm down before you make a video and think things out. No. Reactions are most likely videos than you have to do after you watch one time or other, so it would not be true to the form if I did that. And as most of every response reaction that I did on this channel is simply my first reaction and first response to the video. This one was after I watched once, and after that I got recommended 21 kiloton video, then point out very facts. As it stands, your statements are just half-formed, drunk, angry thoughts. Half-formed? Yes, as I explained on the video, there is problems, and I will be tackle each and every one of the problems that I have on the videos, on separate videos, and I will be going more details. First thing, the one from the class system is a shit show, because I could not believe they are literally lifting the fucking thing out, but you are free to believe what you want. Drunk, as I said, I don't drink. Angry, 100%. So would it be just have formed angry thoughts? No. I think that's fair. And let me just remind, the video has 29 fucking minutes. Mate, if I were to put every single thought that I have on that, on the response, literally, as he's talking, the video would have hours. And let us remind, we're talking 20-minute plus on a video that has 9 hours. 9 minutes. Yeah. I couldn't simply form more thoughts since I already did. The fact is, am upset in the community, the YouTube community, not the community itself, because the community itself is making a great job of portray their thoughts and go against what Ubisoft is playing, and I find very interesting that Ubisoft is not responding to those comments very much. But I'm upset that the YouTube community are not like raising the comments that most of their fan base are pointing out. So that's the reason for this video. And again, sorry for your comment being held under the review, so yay. See you next time. Well, at least this time is only 17 minutes. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. This was the video. If you enjoyed, leave it a like. If you didn't, leave a dislike. If you have anything to say, please leave a comment. And if you want to see what the hell is gonna be coming next on this mess, subscribe. And see you guys on the next episode.